learners, welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. In today's video, we will see and talk about which is very controversial in present scenario. This can be a best example when government's policies are good, but coming to implementation or the process of implementation, there is chaotic situation happening. That means when you are making policy, it is all good on the paper. But when you try to implement, something is going wrong in this between. When it is written in paper, it sounds very clean, good, and it sounds like very futuristic. It is going to bring some change. But when you try to implement such kind of things, something is happening. There is no acceptance from the people. There is no acceptance from the opposition. Why? For this kind of why questions, this project is a very, very good example for us. And we have seen our farmers' laws and the protest following it. Same example. Like that example is Hydra project, which is about like Hyderabad Disaster Management and Asset Protection Agency is what they said. And it is led by our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy Garu. And this is brought in this year only. This is not, everybody know, in the current office it is going. So it is the initiative which is brought in 2024 and Honorable Chief Minister is leading it. We will see what is exactly the objective, what is exactly the mindset of the government to frame such kind of a project or to bring to the public, but why there is no public's acceptance. We'll see that. So coming to objectives, it wants to curb illegal encroachments. It wanted to protect your water bodies. It wanted urban resilience and disaster management and sustainable urban development. Summing down, we know that in and around Tank Bund Chuttupakana, we know that there are slum areas and there are encroachments. Yeah, Valandaru poor people. They don't have any other subsistence or they don't have any other means except to encroach. But what has happened? All the dirt of, when the encroachment is happening, they don't come with a proper planning or a town planning. They don't do that. Town planning cheskoni ever encroach cheyaru. So when they come and settle down there, there are very good chances of nearby area to get spoiled. So, in the process of this encroachment or the settle down, they don't have a proper planning. So, it's very clear that the nearby things get spoiled. So, that to stop this, to curb this encroachments and the following consequences, the project has been built. And where? Near water bodies. Then suppose this is a pool. This is a water body or a lake or something. Generally, we will consider it as a water body. In and around buffer zones pettesaranamata. They have a mapping. This is buffer zone and this is a core where the water body is present. So, ee circle lo evvaru encroach avvakunda. Suppose aina kuda vallani to eradicate them is the main objective for this, and the reason why asala idi enduk cheyali ante they are telling that for sustainable urban development. We know we've recently seen Hyderabad floods and everything. Man daggara em tsunami ledu where we have to experience floods, but this because of the very unplanned urban towning, we have to see that. So to stop that, they said that we wanted to do this project for sustainable urban development, urban resilience and disaster management. So this is a main objective for government to bring this policy. Now we understood the mindset of the government, why they framed it. Implementation strategies, legal enforcement and demolitions. Ikkade mottam problem start ayindi. The problem has started here. Ikkada we have seen that the objectives are very clear, crisp and it sounds very positive. But whereas coming to implementation, they said we will legally enforce, we have legal backing and we'll go for demolitions. This has led to bulldozer culture, which is being framed in one of the article. దీన్నే మనం bulldozer culture అంటాము. Though the intention is good, while coming to this harsh words is what has made people not to accept this good initiative. Well, let us say good, because they wanted to do sustainable development, sustainable urban planning. Yeah, it sounds positive, but words like this are very dangerous and it's impossible for people's approval. You're doing it for people, so you need their approval. And after demolishing, if the buffer zone lo encroachments unnai, they wanted to demolish. After the demolition, they wanted to see to it that they will do preventive measures so that nobody comes in the future over here. They wanted to do fencing and all in and around the specified water body. Mapping chesesi fencing pettestaru. For that, they wanted preventive measures. Clearance protocols. If suppose మీకు ఏదైనా కట్టాలనుకుంటున్నారు, you are a businessman, you wanted to do something over this water body, you need some kinds of approval from the government. ఒక ప్రోటోకాల్ తెస్తాము. ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఎంక్రోచ్మెంట్స్ ని డిమాలిష్ చేస్తాము. ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ హార్ష్ వర్డ్, నాట్ తీసేస్తాం. దే డిడ్ంట్ టాక్ అబౌట్ రీహాబిలిటేషన్, రీకన్సిలియేషన్, కన్సెంట్, నథింగ్ యాజ్ సచ్. దే సెడ్ ఫర్ ద ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఆల్ ది ఎంక్రోచ్డ్ ఏరియాస్ we will remove. Then we will do preventive measures in the future. Then we'll put a protocol if someone really wants to come in. This is where the whole problem started. Yeah, same. Political and social resistance. Political by oppositions. Social resistance, we've daily seeing in the news how people are coming on roads and telling about their particular problem because of this demolitions. Public sentiments and legal hurdles, as we spoke. Yeah. For urban governments, you brought. For disaster management, you brought. For environmental sustainability, you brought. And it is you can very grandly say that it's a state-led initiative to beautify my own capital or my city. But what happened? And the implementation is going wrong. People are coming out and telling that it's not a proper way. So for such kind of projects, for such kind of things when you wanted to do, very important is rehabilitation and reconciliation. These are very important. And you need to, you could have taken consent, at least 50% of the consent. They didn't do. So this is where the whole problem started, and this is a very small and brief explanation about this. And this is a very best example when your policies are good, when the paperwork is good, but the implementation is going away from your positive intention. This is where the problem starts. So it's a very high time that every government should remember to do the consent, to take the consent. If you have to pick up a community and move and make your project happen, rehabilitation and reconciliation is what is very important. We are starting with a very great and good initiative, where we talk about mapping. Everybody know how mapping is important in different aspects of the syllabus. In every way, you need to know where a particular country is there, or a water body, or a river, or a sea, or anything. Any policy comes out, you need to know actually where is this policy being implemented, either in your country level or on the global level. If there is a river mentioned, you need to know where is that flowing from and where it is going to. And right now the Russia-Ukraine war is happening. You exactly should know what are the water bodies surrounding Russia or Ukraine. Even if you wanted to learn about Israel or Palestine or anything, Eastern Europe and the Middle East or Asia, anything, you need to know where is that currently placed. So for that thing, we have started this initiative, and we keep you updated on a daily basis. So before that, we will see why mapping is important and how do you have to remember while you study mapping. While you do mapping, these are the key points which you're gonna keep in mind, and remember, see to it that you are covering all the aspects. So physical geography mapping. Where is mountain? If a mountain is present in news, if you don't know in which country it is located, or if it is any river body is there, or if it is surrounded by any sea or something, that's very important for you to know. And the Alps, our Himalayas, you need to know the locations, plateaus, and the rivers, deserts, seas and oceans. When you study about physical geography, these are the very important basic things which you need to remember, and see to it that you make this 4 things in your study plan. See to it that you study these and revise it. Political geography. Your country states. You are writing your country's exam. If they ask you where is UP, if you are placing it somewhere nonsensically, that doesn't make sense. So you need to know proper location of your states and union territories and in and around these states and UTs. International borders. Your country is not just isolated. You are surrounded by your other states. I mean state in the sense other countries. So you need to know your international borders. International organization members. We talk about BRICS. We talk about Shanghai Cooperation. We talk about G20. We talk about Quad. When you come to BRICS, if you talk about Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, if you don't know the location of this, in the basic thing, if you don't know, what are you going to locate? If you know the location of, suppose I say Quad, this significance, this particular organization significance, you will understand because of the location of the member countries. So that is why when you are studying about international organizations and its members, you need to know the locations. Environmental mapping, biosphere reserves, very important, everybody know this. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, world heritage sites, climate zones, I mean to tell your tropics, your Arctic, your tundra, this kind of zones, equatorial. In these zones, what are the countries falling under these zones and everything? This is under the environmental perspective. Your agriculture and resource mapping. What is your soil distribution? Now you know Deccan Plateau region. It's very rich in black soil. If in prelims you are being posed any such kind of question, suppose they'll give you, there is one question and they'll give you options saying that but which of the following area is rich to cultivate cotton? If you know science and tech, or if you know where cotton is grown good, you know that in black soil it is grown it yields nice. That is a possibility. They'll give you 4 options. You'll see which state is present in Deccan Plateau region and the other one you eliminate and sum down your answer. So that is how you solve a question. Not only in mapping, in any sort of syllabus, you need to link it in this way. Mineral resources, agriculture regions, same, sum down. So in agriculture perspective, you need to know this kind of mapping. Your world geography and current affairs mapping. Global political hotspots. Just now I said Russia-Ukraine war. Israel conflict is going on right now. Where is USA? USA is always there in your current affairs. Where is its location? Whatever political hotspots are happening in your current affairs, you need to definitely know the location of these. International trade routes. Belt and Road Initiative. What are the routes present here? What are the countries it is going through? Everything you need to know. Climate change and vulnerable areas. We've seen number of times in our PYQs asking this kind of questions. Indian river system and projects. Interlinking rivers. Our Ken-Betwa link. You need to know the location, where it is flowing from, what are the states it is crossing and everything. This kind of interlinking projects. Your hydroelectric and irrigation projects, your Bakra Nangal, Sardar Sarovar, everything. Your river basins, Godavari, Krishna and Ganga Brahmaputra, such kind of river basins you need to know for your Indian river systems. So these are the basic things, or this is how you mark it. When you sit for studying mapping, first to pick up your physical geography, see to it that whatever I gave in this PPT, you are covering. All the seas of the world you are covered. Your oceans are covered. The international borders are covered. When coming to your environmental perspective, if you are seeing it that, yeah, biosphere reserves I covered. I know every biosphere reserves location. Tick it. This is how you study. This is for you to brainstorm initially so that you complete. It's a very organized way one can study. So in coming videos, we will pick up each particular topic. We will see to it that we covered it, and I'll explain each country's location, or let it be environmental or biosphere reserve, everything whichever I mentioned here. Thank you.